Hi everybody, welcome to the August 17th, 2018 edition of Colorado Wins It Out Postgame, a special web exclusive production here on Channel 12. I'm Dominic Dezzutti. Thank you very much for joining us. Let's get a quick take on the long list of potential ballot issues that may appear in this November's ballot. Included there is a proposal that would change campaign financing rules if a candidate spends a certain amount self-funding their own campaign. Meanwhile, the Denver City Council is considering various rule changes to its campaign financing guidelines based on a citizen initiative. Now, usually we start with Patty on this, and she is here, but for this one, because of the in-depth research you've already done, and you know how we frown upon in-depth research here, we're going to start with Ross Kaminsky, talk show host on 630 KHOW. Ross, your thoughts with this? You've included actually an interview with the person about this Denver City Council initiative. Let us know what's going on.
Yeah, I actually interviewed people behind both of them. The one at the state level, the short version is, if a candidate in a race puts $1 million or more self-funding into his own account, then everybody in that race, including that candidate, has their campaign contribution limits multiplied by 5. One interesting thing about that is Jared Polis came out and endorsed this measure a couple of days ago, although he is in favor of public financing. So at the state level, we're looking at something that in some situations raises the campaign finance limits. And the Denver City Council, they're looking at creating a referred measure to replace one that would be on the ballot, otherwise that would be unworkable if it passes, that would dramatically cut the amount of money people can contribute to municipal elections in Denver. But for the first $50 given by a person in Denver to a candidate in Denver, it would be matched on a 9-to-1 basis from the city and county of Denver's budget. So if a person in Denver gave $50 towards the mayor's race, that mayoral candidate would get another $450 from the city and county of Denver's budget.
Wow. Patty Calhoun from Westward, I guess good and bad news here. If you self-fund a run for governor, you're probably going to have to face more competition after you put in your $1 million. Or if you run for mayor, you might be getting a boon from the city with financing. Either way you go, Patty, I think there's something to be decided.
Well, good for Kevin Flint, city councilman who has sat at this table before, for realizing there were some flaws in the proposal as it was going to the ballot. And good for the people, the original proponents, who were willing to pull their ballot measure, meet with Kevin Flynn and others to work out some of the kinks. That doesn't, so, I mean, Green Roof, the whole plan last year, everyone had said if we talked more about it, it might have been, it would have had fewer flaws, would have been easier to implement. That's where they're going here. Now, ironically, Kevin doesn't necessarily like it ultimately, but if it's going to pass, he wants to be sure something is workable that passes. I think, is Denver so flush that we need to be matching every donation 9 times the 50? I don't think we've got that cash.
David Copel from the Independence Institute and DU Law School, I can see the various problems with the Denver one, only because municipal elections is not just the mayor's race. I mean, there's 9 positions in the city council. I think it can become pretty costly pretty quickly. But it speaks to both the ballot issue and what Denver's trying to do, and the initiative that from the citizens that brought it up, is people's frustration with campaign financing. And we've never seemed to really come up with a solution that really solves it. I know one of our producers, audio guy, Larry Patch, I think had a great idea, which is you donate whatever you want to a politician, but he or she has to wear patches on their outfit, just like a NASCAR driver. So if it's big AT&T thing on the side, you know at least who's paying for it. When you look at both these issues, what comes to your mind?
For the Denver one, I just wonder about another major new spending program for a city government that apparently is so cash-strapped it can't repair sidewalks in lots of neighborhoods. It's not able to perform the most elementary functions of government on its current budget, apparently. And now they're going to have this whole new spending program. That seems a little backwards. Fix the sidewalks first, and then you can add new stuff. On the statewide thing, it might be a good idea, but the problem is with campaign finance, it's this constant whack-a-mole, and people want to speak and contribute to speech on political issues, and if you suppress it one way, it comes out another. I think the better approach would be and some people, of course, want to add an amendment to amend the First Amendment to give the government much greater censorship power over political speech. You know, that doesn't turn out very well. Oh, we're against Citizens United. Well, when you say the government can suppress criticism of the government, that usually makes things much worse in the long run.
Susan Green, editor of Colorado Independent, joins us. Susan, a lot to pick from here, whether it's the details of campaign financing, whether it be Denver or statewide. Just it seems like a general frustration with what we're dealing with. When you see these headlines, what comes to your mind?
What comes to my mind is who's not at the table. I mean, I agree with Patty. Congratulations to Councilman Flynn for pushing this. But, you know, where's the rest of the council and where's the mayor? And for that matter, you know, statewide, where's the legislature? Where's the governor? Nothing in this state except the green roofs thing that Patty just alluded to really gets passed without people in power. And let's face it, the mayor has all the power in Denver, backing it somehow as a figurehead. And, you know, we have a mayor who's up for re-election next year. And, you know, if we're going to have a serious conversation about campaign finance, we're going to need everybody at the table.
That's all the time we have for CIO Postgame this week. Leave us a comment, tell us what you think. For everyone here at CPT12.org, I'm Dominic Dezzutti. Thanks for watching.